Now, Yopi. Cheers, Yopi. How long have we got? Cheers, okay. Me and Johnny, yeah. Me and you start. Yeah, me and Johnny to start. So just testing mic 1, and Johnny will test mic 2 for me here.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
I'll lead you, and then I'll lead production. Good afternoon, and you're very welcome along to today's afternoon match here in the Fancy Ekara Pro Club Championships. We're in Barawa, in the beautiful province of Lumbini, the birthplace of Gautam Buddha, for what is game day number 5 and match number 10. And what a critical match it is. It's the Malaysia 11 against the Nepal Police Club. Yeah, take a look at the weather there, and I'd say if we come up to commentary cam in a second, you'll be able to see it in us as well. 34 degrees with a wind of 13 kilometres an hour and a humidity of 47%. I think they might be the wrong way round, Johnny, but we'll get those confirmed. And you can see the wind is really piling, isn't it, right the way across the ground. That's going to aid the spinner's drift, and it will do plenty of good things for the bowlers who like to swing the ball as well. You're very welcome along to today's coverage. Andrew Leonard here with you in the commentary box, and I've also got Johnny Barron alongside me to start proceedings. We had a bit of a tame start to the morning, although the Armed Police Force did get their first win. They'll move on to the 5th, 6th place playoff, but this afternoon's game, it's set to be a cracker.
Well, it is indeed. The Malaysia Club 11, well, they finally got their first win on the board yesterday, having gone yesterday, having gone down in the first game to the CAR 11, who chased their total down with 5 balls to spare. But they got a win yesterday, and a very comprehensive win as well, and they'll be buoyed by that, and they'll have great confidence coming into today.
Now, bear with me. The permutations of this group are a little bit complex. We'll see if we can bring you the points tables up onto the screen in a moment as well. But in essence, anything could happen in this group, quite literally, because even though the Cricket Association of Rupendahe are on top of the table, they're not even guaranteed a spot in the semi-finals just yet. The reason why, if the Malaysia 11 and the Push Sports Delhi side win those last remaining 2 games in the group, then 3 sides would be joined on 4 points apiece. They are in a good position, though, the home side, because of their net run rate. Push Sports Delhi less so. And for the Nepal Police Club, they're going to need to win their final game, which we're going to watch now against the Malaysia 11, and hope that the CAR team do them a favour in the final group game. So whatever happens, it's going to go all the way down to the final game in the group stages.
Yes, this is the group of death very much, isn't it? And just looking again at those temperatures and the precipitation and the wind and the humidity out there. We've got it back.
I always have a thermometer in front of me, and mine says 33 degrees. It feels a bit more like 35 or 36. Very warm indeed because of that humidity that's gone up now to 47%. Going to be a really good game this afternoon. The Malaysia 11, they were impressive yesterday. Arguably, maybe the performance of the tournament so far, Johnny?
Yes, I thought absolutely. I thought that extraordinary final over, of course, of Virendeep Singh, 6 in 6, quite extraordinary. And then, of course, they chased down the runs with good ease.
With consummate ease, I think it'd be fair to say. So much so that the Johnny Barron Power Rankings, which is awaiting a trademark, so we can't use it too often, Johnny Barron's got the Malaysia 11 ranked all the way up in 3rd. Johnny, they're not even guaranteed a place in the final yet, or the semi-final.
Well, I like to take a bit of a chance. No, I've seen enough of this Malaysian 11, and of course I got to know them on the bus as well, so I feel there's a vested interest, but I thought they played pretty well in that first game, just probably about 10 or 15 light maybe in the end, and actually yesterday they showed the class of a side that's ranked 33 in the world.
Yeah, Push Sports Delhi are going to be trying to upset things though and get themselves into the semi-final and keep either the Cricket Association of Rupendahe 11 or the Malaysia side out of the final four. And the Police Club, all is not lost for them. They're going to need to do things very well. They are batting first, and that's because the Malaysia 11 won the toss and they chose to field first, which I think is something that captains should be doing more and more. Finally, the trend is developing. The sides who are winning the toss and batting, they've tended to be losing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's taken till day 5 for that scenario to occur, but I think it worked well for them yesterday, didn't they? They chased down in good time, actually, and especially as far as net run rate is concerned. They did it with around about 3 overs to spare, and they'll be looking to try and keep the lid on the scoring rate as much as they possibly can through the first 20. And then, of course, they've got a top order who's in pretty reasonable touch after that chase yesterday.
Yeah, and they're very experienced as a side. Let's take a look at the 2 starting lineups. Captained again by Ahmed Faiz, of course, who looked in pretty good touch yesterday. Virendeep Singh, arguably in the mix for the Player of the Tournament award already after just a couple of appearances, a 50 for him. Just seeing the most wonderful bird of prey land right on the pitch. Sorry to distract everyone. It came swooping in. I don't know what that is. Maybe some kind of an eagle. But yeah, back to the teams as the umpires walk out. We're seeing just the one change for the Nepal Police Club. Avinash Karn comes into the side and out goes Chitra Bahadur Bista. And we'll find out whether or not there's any changes to the Malaysia side in a moment. 2 umpires walking out. We've obviously got Satyajit Sarkar as our match referee as always. And nice to see smiles on the faces of the Malaysian side. Yeah,
well, they had chastening smiles, of course, when they were forced by the coach to have to run back to the hotel after their performance in the first match, and then had to come back for naughty boy nets as well. But a lot more confidence now, having won yesterday, and I think they'll be well fancied today.
Yeah, there are those sides. Just that one change. You can see him there. Avinash Karn for the Nepal Police Club. And also, there is one change too for the Malaysia team. And that's Pawandeep Singh has been dropped. A big surprise that for me, Amar Zudi back into the side. So they've dropped a bowler for a batter. And perhaps the reason for that, Johnny, I suspect, is because of that bowling of Pawandeep's brother, Virendeep. They're going to use that as a frontline bowling option. He'll probably bowl all 4 overs. And then the big hitting Zudi is back into the team.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good bold move, actually, because Virendeep offers you a fair bit with the ball, as we saw with his 5 wickets. Look at that bird of prey up above. Probably been picking over the carcass of my commentary again, I'd imagine. There.
Come on, Johnny. You're surely an ornithologist. You just look like an ornithologist. What is that?
I think, according to Paresh, who spotted it the other day, I think it's an eagle. I know that sounds a little easy to say that. Or is it? I mean, I think it's too small to be a kite.
Could be an osprey, could it?
Could be an osprey.
Perhaps. Or it looks to me like
it's indigenous here.
Looks to me like it's a buzzard. I reckon it's a buzzard. I'm not sure that is an eagle. An eagle has a slightly more pretty head on it. But it could be a peregrine falcon, of course. All up here, just looking at all the different birds of prey in Nepal. And yeah, there's only the one eagle native to Nepal. That's the steppe eagle. It doesn't look like that because that's a long distance trans-equatorial migrant bird, of course.
You with your Google. Honestly, put it away.
What do you mean Google,
Andrew?
Johnny?
I can see it all in front of you.
I know, Johnny. Come on. There's secrets of the trade that need to stay in the box. Very disappointed in you there. That's clearly built up knowledge of birds over many years.
No, it's very impressive, I have to say. You've absolutely nailed that. Nailed it.
Joking aside, though, gorgeous to see the wildlife. There's plenty of wildlife in and around this Lumbini province. Famous, of course, for being the birthplace of Gautam Buddha. But there's beautiful national parks as well, just across to the east of us in Chitwan. It's going to be big Mohammed Wafiq to open the bowling off the short run-up that he's used throughout. And Pawan Saraf is opening up alongside Shankar Rana, who looked pretty good in his previous game. And Saraf, you'd have to sense he's going to need a very good day with bat and ball to give the police their first win in the tournament.
Yeah, he is indeed. A little short of confidence, aren't they, thus far in this tournament?
Hit into the leg side. It'll just be a single. It's a split field, a 5-4 field, so just 5 fielders on the offside and 4 on the leg side. One of those on the offside is the slip, and then the 2 outside the circle, that's third man in place, and also where the ball just got hit, which is out to deep backward square leg.
That's counting.
Yeah, it's got to be pretty tight here, hasn't it? With the men's square on the onside, and then the man down at third man.
Good pace as he bends his back and signals as the one for the over. I thought that might be a wide going over the head. This pitch, probably the better of the two that we've been using, rotating between throughout this tournament. I think this is the better wicket, and we saw this morning, again, that 140, 150 mark isn't out of reach.
Yes. Not so much extravagant turn on this surface. I think there's a bit in it for the pace. I mean, I think you get a slightly more rounded game on this particular pitch, don't you? Because I think that there's a bit of pace and bounce as far as the pacemen are concerned. And there's still a little bit of turn and purchase as well for the left armers.
Nicely bowled, and the full face of the bat shown by Saraf. Big, tall, stylish cricketer. I really like his off-spin bowling and his batting. He also feels very well. Talented young man. Looks pretty determined to find his way back into not just the national squad, but the starting 11. And he's going to dance down the track and hit this over the top. He's going to get good reward because there's no one straight down the ground, and it'll be the first boundary coming with pretty good control. A hop, skip and a jump down the track, and a boundary to close out the first over.
Yeah, stood very tall, didn't he, as he bunted that down the ground. Good use of feet, clearing that front leg, getting inside the line of the ball and going straight down the ground. Just a couple of bounces just below us. Nice start.
Batsman, bowling right arm over.
So Vijay Oni with his off spin will open things up, and Rana will pump him down the ground to one of the two fielders outside the circle. Long on and deep square leg out.
Former under-19 captain in Malaysia.
Big swing and a miss, and nicely bowled, because that's just angled on with the arm and it's taking it away from the attempted slog sweep of Saraf.
Yeah, looking for a big shot. Over, up and over mid-wicket on that occasion. Swing and a miss.
Flatter this time, and watchful from Saraf. Haven't seen any huge power plays earlier. It was a day one we had that 50 odd for none from the Push Sports Delhi side, and outside of that it's generally been reasonably cautious approaches. This one's picked up into the leg side. He's going to get more than enough of it to go for a maximum. Maybe we will see some aggression in the power play. Just a bit short, and Saraf dispatches it with the wind. Hitting with the wind is the key for 6.
Yeah, latched onto it, didn't he? Length was a key. Here we are. Yeah, can't bowl there. A bit of width as well. Just allows the batsman to free his hands.
47th or maybe 48th tournament 6. The big hitting starting to come here to join us in Barawa as the wind grows ever stronger across the ground. Have to question the end he's bowling from here, okay? Because if you're an off spinner, you want the ball to drift away from the right hander and turn back in. The issue with the end he's bowling from, the market end, it's instead going to push the ball back into the right hander, not give you any drift away, and then it'll turn further in. So it's going to make those hits into the leg side when you're hitting with the wind very simple. And it's a big tactical error in my opinion. You should have had your left arm seamer opening up from the market end, and then from the pavilion end, the near end of the ground. That was where the right arm off spinner should have bowled from. 2 gone, 13 for none. So certainly, for me, Johnny, these two bowlers, they're bowling from the completely incorrect ends.
Well, one of the many things about cricket is, of course, the ground conditions. And you've got to use them to your advantage, haven't you? In terms of the choices that you're prepared to make. And this does seem a little silly, it has to be said.
And the other thing it will do as well, if the batters pick up on the wind and recognise where they're trying to target with the natural angle across the right-handers from Irfan, they should be opening up and targeting the offside. And there's only 5 fielders on the offside. So your cut shots or your drives into the offside will get good reward hitting with the wind. That's where they should be targeting. Give yourself some room outside the leg stump. Slash it away for 4.
Yeah, plenty of opportunities beating that infield on the offside. That natural angle as well. Just got to get a bat on it, really.
Down the track, heaved into the leg side by Shankar Rana. Should get a couple. We'll come back for that. Again, Rana maybe not reading the wind conditions. Why are you making it more difficult? Hitting it to the longer side of the ground, against the angle, hitting into the wind. That's the place to hit it, but he wasn't in the correct position to do so. Irfan, for someone who's only bowling at quarter pace, he's still highly impressive, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got all the skills, hasn't he? But it's difficult to really assess it when he's coming in off he's been like an old school Sunday League run-up.
That's where to hit. He hasn't got it out of the middle, but he's going to get 4 because the wind's going to pile it across the ground. It was short and wide, yes, but that's where he should have been targeting every delivery in the over. Instead, he only gets 6 from the over instead of maybe 12 or 14. 3 gone, 19 for none.
Yeah, nice looking shot that, isn't it? Very wide indeed outside the off stump. Plundered. But yeah, that's the play with the angle. Hit with the angle. Because you can open up the entire of the offside, really, especially if you're presented with width.
Great to have you with us again. Here live on AP1 HD and of course around the world on View Sports, and a special note of thanks to all our sponsors. Without our sponsors and our commercial partners, this tournament simply wouldn't happen. So the title sponsor, Fantasy Akada, the co-sponsor, Dafa News, and that's a good shot from the first delivery of the left arm spin of Mohammad Amir Azim as he's heaved away for a maximum. Good batting from Big Pow and Saraf. He's picked that length up quickly.
Yeah, here it is again. And it's length outside the off stump, but it was decisive foot movement. That's what made that. He pulled it away on the big side.
Not just the co-sponsor Dafa News, but also our payment partner AVR Pay, the internet partner Vianet, the airlines partner Yeti Airlines. That's who I came down with from Kathmandu. I was a bit nervous about that flight, Johnny. I thought we were going to be flying over Everest. I hadn't quite worked my geography out yet. This one's carved away. Saraf definitely on the attack. Wow is right. Beautiful batting. 6 through the leg side and 4 through the offside. Brilliance from Saraf.
Well, this is impressive, isn't it? Hitting either side of the wicket. Opening up the offside on this occasion. Again, a little bit wide. He clears that front leg, doesn't he? Gets inside the line of the ball and just laces it through extra cover. Nice batting.
There's the Eddie Airlines sign. Yeah, it's one of those twin propeller planes. It's only about a 25-minute flight, remarkably. Certainly quicker than a 12-hour bus.
The scenic route, affectionately known as.
Heaved away into the leg side. And it's going to be more runs. Amir Azim, who's been so impressive in this tournament, I don't know why they've called upon him in the power play here. You need to give him the protection that a young spinner needs. Instead, he's been hammered for 6, 4-4, and the first real power play of the tournament seems to be getting going. More great fielding. Look at that. Extra cover fielder. I'd almost written it off in my head as just being a dot ball, but Saraf just went on a bit of a wander. Did he get back in time, Johnny?
Well, there's a few shakes of heads out there. The body language of the batsman looks fairly unconcerned, and there's a kind of few... He is absolutely furious. He's dragging himself off the field of play, but he has to go. It's a fantastic bit of work by Virendeep Singh.
Right you are. It was Virendeep Singh, but what was he thinking? There was never a single there. You've hit it hammer Malaysia to have any chance on net run rate.
Well, absolutely. Getting one of the more powerful batters in this lineup up and in the power play is a critical play, because net run rate, you feel, in this very...
He does not hang about, and he's off to an immediate start to what was a pretty poor delivery down the leg side. We're going to have to wait to see what this is signals at. Here's the run out again. I just can't believe this from Pawan Saraf, and I hope he learns from that now, because he's such a talented young cricketer, but to just give his wicket away like that, you've got to put a price on your wicket. And that can be both through the strokes that you play and the way you run between the wickets. He's played enough cricket to know that there was never a single there, and he just got a bit lazy and guilty of going on a wander. First change in bowling. Going to see Sharvin Muniandi into the attack. He'll start with a pretty wide one outside off stump, and not given as a wide.
Yeah, just a few gentle medium paces.
Wide this time it will be. Sagar Dakal, you just saw a brief flash of on the screen there. He'll enjoy his 4 overs of left arm spin later on. Karen KC just
eliminator, isn't it, in the course of cricket. Goal difference you have in football, net run rate is the big one as far as cricket's concerned, and look at the permutations.
And while some people think net run rate's very complicated, it's actually a brilliant barometer of how big a victory you've had.
Yeah, it's outside the off stump, so it is there begging to be hit. But unfortunately, he's picked out the man easy as you like, hasn't he, out on that mid-wicket boundary. And it's a very comfortable catch indeed.
One more look at this. So many batters have been trying to hit to match. You score 120 and your opposition score 100 in response. You would be simply +1 and -1. And then when you have multiple games in the group, let's say there's 3 matches, that would be divided by 3, so it would be 0.33 plus.
Yeah, all to play for, isn't it, in the remaining 2 games in the group, which is great actually from a tournament point of view. Had Malaysia, of course, lost yesterday, it would have been a bit of a dire.
He went 6, 4, 4 from these 3 deliveries. The first ball went for 6, the next 2 went for 4, and I still don't quite understand how he's run himself out, Johnny. It's a 41 for 2. Again, we haven't seen a power play, but Karen KC is going to try and get this scoring rate moving. He's going to swing at everything. And then on the leg side, 2 deep square leg and long on in place. He loves it straight down the ground. I'm not sure he's got enough of this though. He's given it away. Karen KC's had a week to forget with the bat. In fact, it's been a bit of a disaster week for a man of his. After such a promising start, since the run out, we've seen 4 runs, 3 wickets, and the wheels completely come off the cart.
Yeah, a hugely
Chance to correct things. He's on strike to Money Andy. But Nath has looked like a man significantly out of touch with Duck. Gone for a fourth ball, Duck. What is happening to the police? They've now lost.
Manoeuvre the ball, manoeuvre the scoreboard. You've got two men who are looking to start again.
Change of the commentary box. Johnny Barron will be replaced by Paresh Lahani. Side Aziz. It's also here in Nepal as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, actually, it's mad. It was a laugh. I think they are pranking some jokes there.
With the bat coming right up above his head, diminutive in stature, Saud. Another cricketer who comes. Saud got back just in time. We've seen some poor running between the wickets at points as well. This could have been a run out. Gets in 6 wickets and 6 balls from mate. Just blocking out. There's 49. My producer just reminded me that that's now on the record, and I have to see that through and pay for it all, of course. Into the 12th over, Aziz is going to close out. He's got pretty remarkable figures, 3.1 overs, 4 for 8, including a maiden. And this batting card, except for Pau and Saraf, has been a bit of a shambles.
Yeah. Pau and Saraf.
And that's going to be another one back live with you now. The 8th wicket, we didn't see it live, but he's got a 5-wicket haul. He's bowled magnificently well, Syed Aziz. This one's just been lapped up. It continues the procession of the batters from here back towards the hutch. They're in huge danger now of being bowled all out. They've lost their 8th. They've lost 7 wickets, correction, for 18 runs, and it's been a calamity.
Yes, they are bowling well. Short ball into the body. Tried to play down to third man, but couldn't do that. The ball rushed on him. Avinash Kern has to go.
He's gone for 1. It's 59 for 8. It was actually a very good bouncer. It moved back in on him, and Aziz has bent his back in it. The simplest of catches after that excellent one Zubaydi took earlier in the match. And they're on the brink of being bowled out in quick time. Roshan Budal will try and salvage things. Not a day for the police.
Like I said, Andrew, they've been mixing the pace, mixing the length, but the ball, they hit the wicket. That is the variation.
So just going to see if we can still find that umpire head hit. I'm not sure it's in there. Remember, there's sugarcane juice on the line, guys. Come on, you've got it somewhere. You are. We're going to see if we can get everyone a nice glass of sugarcane juice in the AP1 HD production team. I've got a big lump, a bit of a scar on my head there, don't I? I don't know where. Is it there? I don't know. I walked into a door, a very small door. I'm quite tall. Got to be careful going into your bathrooms in hotel rooms. How's it healing? Is it going okay, Paresh?
Yeah, it's okay. Now it's completely healed.
Completely?
Yeah.
Can I go to the barber tonight then?
Yeah, you can go.
Okay, good news. Maybe I can get to the barber, get that patched up. I look very scruffy, not my usual look, as you know. Is there a good barber here in Barrowa?
Yes, there are. There's one barber shop near the hotel.
Okay, lovely. One of my real treats when I'm on tour, going to get the head shaved. Runs into the leg side. Should be a couple. We'll get back for 2. Yeah, if you're in Nepal, you walk in, you ask for the head shave, and they'll tidy up the beard, just like Paresh's has tidied up yesterday. I usually pay about 300 rupees. Is that too much for the head shave and the beard trim?
Yeah, I think that's about it. In Kathmandu, but here it'll be much cheaper, I think.
Okay, so I should maybe try and negotiate.
You don't negotiate. Just go there, tell them to shave my head, and do everything, and after you finish, tell them what's the price.
My first year I came in 2018. You can see the lovely clean shaven. Look at him there, isn't he lovely? Paresh Lahani. Some late joy for the batters. Prem Tamang is trying to fight back here. And a smile from Syed Aziz, the first batter to hit him for a boundary. It'll slightly spoil his figures, but he's going to finish with an excellent spell. 4 overs, 1 maiden, 5 for 15.
Yeah, and the over 12 gone. Nepal Police Club are 66 for 8.
So that first year when I came in 2018, when I paid 800 rupees, did they see me coming? Is that what you're telling me?
Because you're a foreigner. That is why I think they cheated you.
And then since I've come back more and more often, they go, oh, Andrew died, 300, no problem. 300 is good. I always leave a tip though, don't worry. 500 rupee note, there's no change coming from that. Well, who knows? We're looking forward to doing that tonight. I think Johnny Barron's going to come along with me. Maybe get a few snaps, is he? He might do, okay. Big appeal, and given. Umpire Lal had the finger up before the appeal was even completed. 66 for 9.
Dire Straits. I don't know what Nepal Police were trying to do and are trying to do. Very poor batting performance. No intention whatsoever. Let's look at the replay. It would have crashed into leg stump, I guess.
So, Budal is dismissed. LBW for 1. Nepal Police, 66 for 9.
Sagar Takal, the number 11 batsman.
One thing I am sad about is it looks very much to me like we're not going to see the man on the left of the screen in action again in this tournament, because if the Police lose today, they will be rooted to the bottom of the table. And that great story about the return to action for Lalit Bandari, the left arm seamer who had that horrific car crash, motorcycle accident. It's talk that he might not even walk again at one stage. He's recovered brilliantly well. Some fantastic crowdfunding that helped for his hospital fees, I believe, as well. And pretty pensive mood, and understandably. Only bowled the 1 over. It was expensive, but I thought we'd see him back into action. And any of the smiles on Karen Casey's face have disappeared, because this tournament for the Police couldn't have gone any worse. Staring down the barrel of what's very likely to be a third defeat, and if they go none from 3, they don't even get to the 5th, 6th place playoff, and it proves that our power rankings are spot on the money again.
Yes, exactly. Sharvin Muniandi into the attack.
Probably a matter of time here, but remarkably, maybe if you're just tuning in now and you are wondering whether or not it was like this the whole way through the innings, at one stage they were 41 for 1 and looking in really good touch, but when Pawan Saraf accidentally ran himself out, or rather rashly ran himself out, it's ended up with a position whereby they've collapsed like a very cheap plastic chair or a deck of cards.
Yes, they have collapsed. It's not because of the pitch. It's because of their own fault.
Yeah, it's been really poor. Just the number of soft dismissals and the number of batters who've given it away. Just 3 have got into double figures. Pawan Saraf, 25 off just 14. It was a flying start. We were talking about maybe the highest power play of the tournament at one stage. And look at that. 4-0, 4-3, 0-1-1. The dismissed batters in the middle order. Tamang has tried his best with 12 not out. He's stuck at the non-striker's end. But one good ball would end this innings now. And it would put the Malaysian side, if they can chase it down quickly enough, into a guaranteed semi-final, whatever happens tomorrow. I'm happy to watch that alone. I think it's time I bid you farewell for the moment. I'll pass over to Johnny Barron, who'll be with Paresh Tony Lahani.
Good afternoon.
Well, Paresh, yesterday's hero is into proceedings. Finally, yeah, absolutely. Virendeep Singh, who, well, 6 wickets fell in his over yesterday. Quite extraordinary stuff.
Left arm round.
And we're having a look at the highlights of these wickets that he took yesterday. There's the first of them. There, oh, shout for LBW. I'm trying to work out what that would be if that would have gone. Yeah, this is the run out as they come back for 2. That's a comfortable run out, and then we see 4 in a row. Here we are live again, and just going past the outside edge is Virendeep Singh. Oh, there's the 4 in 4. The clip of the leg stump, and there's another one as well. Oh yeah, this is the 4 in 4. Comfortable take. Shout for LBW as we're back live. There might be another run out. Not on this occasion.
Yeah, he took 4 in 4. Yeah, this was the 4th one and the 6th of the over.
Unbelievable stuff. Never seen it before in any form of cricket. And some of the clips have been doing their social media rounds. And he's bowling well. And he looks to me, Paresh, is that he's got all the skills, hasn't he? He's got the height, and he gets a little bit of turn as well. Reverse sweep. It's played quite well, but there's a couple of men back for that, and they'll get the overthrows in the end. Ball runs out to deep mid-wicket. Virendeep Singh has now bowled 5 balls without taking a wicket. Drama indeed.
Yesterday, the last over, he bowled 6 wicket, yielded 4 consecutive wickets for him and 2 run-outs. Now he bowled 4 dot balls and a single given, courtesy overthrows.
Pushing out on the offside. I'll think about a single. Think better of it. And well, it's been a bit horrible, this. Safe to say. It's been the worst possible effort with the bat in the game they had to win as well. 14 overs gone, 67 for 9. Sagadakal is on 0 off 6. Prem Tamang has 13 off 14. 13 off 15, sorry. And it's 67 for 9 is the position in the game. Aminar Azim is in. It's a shot down the ground. He gets it up and over extra cover. And there'll be at least a single added.
Yeah, Prem Tamang doing his best to get to a respectable total, but only a wicket left.
It's been a bit of a horror show. Yorker dug out. Could have been all been so different, of course. They were so unlucky not to win that first game of the tournament. Well, their first game in the tournament, they lost by 1 run in the end against Push Sports Delhi. Oh, what a dramatic finish that could have been, and that would have catapulted them up the table. Down the leg side. Off the pad.
No white call there. It'll be very interesting to see the replay.
It's pushed out on the offside, but yeah, Gulson Jar with 36 off 24 nearly pulled off remarkable heroics, needing 19 off that final over in that first game. And how different that might have been. Oh, he has got hold of that one though.
Boundary.
That's a great looking shot. 4 runs, couple of bounces in the mid-wicket region. Very nicely played indeed.
And well, can they get to 100? The last partnership. Beautifully picked up.
It's a nice pickup by Saga Darkle on that occasion. Need a few more of those, it's safe to say. 73 for 9. Last wicket fell on 66. For the Malaysia 11, well, they were good value for their win yesterday, and they've been excellent in this game. It all started so brightly as well. Short and hammered through the offside. I'll get through for a single. We've still got a lot of cricket left in this game. Still 5 more overs to go at the end of the 15th. It's 74 for 9. Have a little look at that bowling card, and well, there's a standout figures, aren't they? 5 for 15 off 4 by Syed Aziz. Virendeep Singh took 5 yesterday. 5 for 10, I think, in the end, off 2 overs. And Virendeep Singh is the man that will continue up from the market end. Having a fantastic tournament. He's taken 7 wickets thus far, and he's got 99 runs as well. And here he is. He's in as the left armour.
Yeah, that's well defended by Sagar Takal. Pretty poor batting performance by Nepal Police.
Shot down the ground. Virendeep Singh didn't like a great deal of that, and that's tumbled away for 4 runs. We need a few of these. Sagar Takal going very nicely.
What was Virendeep Singh doing there? He was not. I mean, he didn't pivot after he released the ball.
It's about one of the most unengaged pieces of fielding I've seen for a while.
Coach must have been looking at that.
Singh is in again, and Darkle defends. He's up to 9 off 13 balls. Ball just drifting down on the angle.
Yeah, and the ball stopped a bit. That is why the ball went in the air, but lucky Sagar Takal didn't go to the fielder's hand.
That's a shot that might beat the man up in the circle. There is a man back, though. They'll get through for, well, just a single on this occasion. Bringing Prem Tang back on strike. Just a few people starting to build up as far as the crowd is concerned, which is always lovely to see here in Barawa.
Yeah, these two are batting pretty well, sensibly, teaching the batsman, the main batsman, how to bat in this kind of a wicket.
Yeah, we've seen it often actually through the course of this competition. That is the end of the 16th, and the Nepal Police Club are 80 for 9. Well, here is the card. Look away now if you're a fan of the Nepal Police Club. Well, Saraf run out for 25. That was a big moment in the game, actually, because he was going really nicely off 14. And Rana got 10, and then, well, there's just a succession of telephone numbers, really. Prem Tamang is the next, well, the second top scorer with 15 off 16 at the moment. And Sagar Darkle is the third top scorer, third equal, on 10 off 16, 80 for 9. It's a horrible looking card.
I must say, sending Karan Casey at number 3 was a big mistake.
Yeah, I can understand the methodology behind it, but you just lose a bit of momentum, don't you? You actually need to be quite respectful, I think, still, these stages. Mohamed Wafiq is the man who's back into the attack, up here from the commentary box end. Oh, big shout for LBW. I think that might just be, I think the angle might have saved him there. I think that might be pitching just outside. It would have hit, no question about that.
Let's look at the replay here. No, it was pitching in the middle, but would have left off stump.
Yeah. Very good
Good
analysis.
decision by the
good
umpire.
decision, absolutely. Paresh clears his front leg, looking to lace through the offside. Bit of an under edge through to the keeper. Well, they've still got 3.8 overs. I mean, they're doing this right, actually, because they've still got to get something on the board. If they can bat the overs, they might have something, but it would take something terrific, you feel, from these two to get something competitive here.
Yeah, the last ball he moved back, so there's a little bit of thinking going on the bowler's head. That is why he bowled a wide.
Yeah, good tactics from a batting point of view. Another wide, another single to the total. Or run to the total, I should say. 81 for 9 now. Let's just worked away down through third man. Good batting this. I'm enjoying the percentages that these two are playing. Another single added. Goes up to 82 for 9.
I think these two have the second highest partnership of the innings. The first partnership, the opening partnership, was 40 odd runs.
White ball.
Bounce, and that'll be a no ball. Why? Well, it's a wide, in fact. For me, that's a no ball, you know, because you can't play a shot. A ridiculous delivery. Really, that should be punished by a no ball, I think, in my humble opinion. Worked well on the inside for runs through mid-wicket. Couple wides in this over so far. Nepal Police Club have nursed their way now to 84 for 9. Yeah, 33 was the first wicket. Partnership. Nice looking shot down the ground. There is a man just below us who'll do the fielding. Shavin Manande. Paresh, you're right, aren't you? This is the second highest wicket partnership of the innings so far.
19 runs they've put on together. That'll be 20 runs. They're batting sensibly.
Here they are, the end of the over, 17 gone. And Nepal Police Club are 85 for 9. So yes, another look at that horrible card. It really is ghastly, isn't it? Karen Casey started off after that run out, and then it was part of the collapse. And then these bowling figures are fairly impressive. Syed Aziz is the pick of the lot. 5 for 15 off his 4. Economy at 3.75. He's bowled extremely well. 3 for Shavin Manande, who's bowled really well as well. Well, that one's just turned away from the bat. Again from the left arm of Virendeep Singh, who's enjoying this tournament. One to watch for me. A haul along the end leg side, hitting against the spin. Another single taken.
Yeah, these two are doing a very good job. They are trying to play the full 20 overs and get something on the board.
Nudged into the gully region. They'll nip through for a quick cheeky single.
Good running there. Good call by Prem Tamang. He's on 18 of 22. And Sagar Dakal, 12 of 19. 21 they've put on together.
Yeah, what can they hope for, Paresh? I mean, you feel to some extent you're in the game with 100, aren't you? But it's not, 110. What would 110 be from here? 23 in 3. I mean, potentially, at least they'd have something on the board. You never quite know at that point. Another good block hole delivery. That's where he was so effective yesterday, Virendeep Singh.
in the morning match, in the ninth match, day 5, Dhaka posted 145, and it was easily chased by the armed police force.
Well, that's a big shot. How much of that has he got? Oh, he's got all of it. Clears the ropes with ease. What a lovely pick-up that is. Terrific stuff from Prem Tamang.
The score is eating towards 100. The 49th-6 of this tournament so far. Regarding the pitch's condition, I think that's a good number.
24 off 25 now for Prem Tamang. This is a serious hand. 8 off the over thus far. Virendeep Singh's, well, for the first time for a while, he's getting a little bit of tap. Goes again, and that bounce is just short of the short man in the third man region. Mohamed Nasril attempting the catch. End of the over. Just looking at that attempted catch again, but it did fall short. 93 for 9 after 18.
I don't think they took a run there. Now Sagar Takal will be on strike in the 19th over. 18 overs gone. Nepal Police Club, they are 93 for 9.
Yeah, here we see those bowling figures again. A 5 for 15 for Syed Aziz, the stand-up show, and then Shavin Manande. 3 for 5 off his 4. Very tidy indeed. And then good economy rates. Mohammed Amir Azim was a little bit expensive though. None for 25 off his 2. Vijay Uni will bowl the penultimate over. Wide of the off stump, and that speared away, cut away through the offside. Rather nicely, they'll run through for a single.
They've put on 28 runs for the last wicket. It's very good batting by these two batsmen.
Wide of the off stump. What will that be given? Very tight indeed. Hiding the ball outside the off stump. It's a good ploy. Another run, another dot ball in the card. Wedged. Does it beat the man? It does. Diving effort away to his left-hand side. Scoops it back inside the ropes. And it's Saidat Ramil. Ramley with the fielding down there. Terrific effort.
Yes, it was a terrific effort. Got the outside edge. Went down to the third man boundary. Fine. Of the fielder there. He dived to catch the ball. Got the hand to it. Yet another single there. Look at the replay again. He got a hand to it. Otherwise, that would have been definitely a 4.
Yeah, swing and a miss outside the off stump, and this is good stuff, actually.
Let's look at the fielding there. Very well done.
Yeah, committed effort. End of a pretty tidy over, actually. 5 coming from it. 97 for 9 after 19, and we've got 1 to go. Sagar Darkle is 13 off 21. Prem Tamang 27 off 29, and Prem Tamang is the man that will have the strike, and that's a critical factor, you feel. A horrible looking card. Prem Tamang in that middle order, just the one shining light. A few runs at the top. Saraf with 25 off 14, and actually Sagar Darkle has done a pretty good job, 13 off 22. And it will mean that we're getting into the 20th over. Virendeep Singh will bowl the final one. Wide of the off stump and cut away. Turning wider, and they're getting through for a single.
Yeah, they're teaching the teammates, the batters, to how to bat in this kind of a wicket.
Yeah, swing and a miss outside the off stump, and that's a fair play by Virendeep Singh. Number 11 just having a swing. Better shot. And critically, gets Prem Tamang back on strike for the final 4 balls of this over, Paresh.
Yeah, 33 already put on together by these two batsmen for the 9th wicket. For the last wicket partnership.
Valuable runs. Wide of the off stump and driven back to the bowler, and there'll be a run out, and a very easy run out as well, and that will be that. Sagadakar will be the last one to go. And they'll be all out for 99. Very spirited effort for this last pair, though.
A very, very funny way to get run out. Well, 100 is the target. Look at the replay there. He was just running down. He didn't even watch the ball. Virendeep Singh. He's always in the action, Johnny.
He is, and I tell you one thing, he opted to throw at the stumps. I've seen those missed from 3 yards again. You have a look at this. Look at this, he just turns around, he's got all the time in the world. I have seen professional cricketers miss from here. Yeah, honestly, I know it sounds ridiculous, but he didn't, thankfully, and that is that. So, well, a nice, neat one for the statisticians, because that will be 100 to win. 100 to win for the Malaysian 11.
Virendeep Singh made sure that he hits the stumps.
Yeah, just looking at the highlight package here, and they got off to a terrific start, didn't they? They really did. First wicket to go, though, was the one that's actually killed the game, but see these shots either side of the wicket. That was a good haul away. It was Pawan Saraf that did most of the big batting in the beginning. Shots either side of the wicket. Looked in really good form. There's another one. Yeah, just clearing the ropes. Another one down the leg side. That was Karen Casey's first ball, I think, but that particular gamble didn't work out. Another big one through the offside, the onside.
Yes, I mean, the batters of Nepal Police Club, starting from Pawan Saraf, that silly run out, and the wicket started tumbling down. Thanks to Prem Tamang and Takal to put on 33 runs for the last wicket.
So a lot of wickets coming out now. And the big one was the first one. Oh, what a disappointment that was. Pawan Saraf, who was going so nicely. I mean, I don't think he ever really thought he was going to go. Catch in the deep.
Yeah, that was a very silly run out when he was going so berserk. Karan Casey came in at number 3. Didn't do too much.
Yeah, this was Syed Aziz who got in on the act there. That was one that bounced and lifted, wasn't it? Nothing you could really do about that one. Lovely thing to see as a fast bowler. That one got big as well, caught at mid-wicket.
Yeah, all disastrous. Gulshan Jah just not watching the ball and trying to heave it over mid-wicket.
Yeah, that's a poor shot as well. Just literally tucking it to gully. The LBW adjudged. Not a bad shout, to be fair. And this was the final one on the piece. The run out by Virendeep Singh. And there are the bowling figures. Well, the standout man in this one, 5 for 15 off his 4, Syed Aziz, and Shavin Manandai was very, very, very tidy as well. 3 for 5 for him, economy rated 1.25 off his 4. Then other than that, some fairly tidy figures though. Virendeep Singh, not as spectacular by any stretch of the imagination as yesterday when he took 5 wickets, but he's still got 7 in the competition. And the target is 100. We'll take a short break and we'll be back shortly.
डाउन कर हेलो सर लिस्ट ब्लॉक
Good afternoon and welcome back to Barrowa. We're here in Lumbini for game number 10. It's game day 5 of the Fantasy Akara Pro Club Championship, and it is the final game for the Nepal Police Club. I suspect it's going to be the final game of the tournament for them, because if they lose and they don't defend what's been a pretty paltry effort with the bat from them, they only posted 99, and that was really just thanks to a remarkable 10th wicket effort between Sagar Dakal and Prem Tamang, who made 28 not out. They put on 33 for the final wicket, which put on half of what the rest of the batters managed. 66 for 9 they were at one point. They rather remarkably lost 8 wickets for just 25 runs in some fairly calamitous batting circumstances. And their bowlers are going to have to pull a rabbit out of the hat. In fact, they're going to have to pull about 10 rabbits out of the hats, because they're going to need to bowl the opposition out. And the scoreboard there, you can see the target. It's a simple one. 1-0-0, 100 to win. And if Malaysia can do that, and do it in a quick enough time to get past the net run rate of the Cricket Association of Rupa Hende 11, they will advance without doubt to the semi-finals. I think they're probably going to need to do it in and around the 14 over mark, maybe the 13 over mark, to get themselves up and past and guaranteed into the semis. Otherwise, if the Push Sports Delhi side win, we could end up with a 3-way tie at the top of the table. It'll come down to net run rate, with Rupenda Hay, the Malaysia 11, and Push Sports Delhi all on 4 points apiece. And Virendeep Singh, the hero of the hour, that video just getting up on social media now this morning. Back in the UK team did. He took 5 of them. So get over and have a look at that if you want to see history in the making. That was yesterday, but for today he's got a job to do with the bat. He's been joined opening the batting by Zubaidi, who's back into the team today. Big hitter who will look to smash the ball into the leg side. Andrew Leonard here for the first stint of commentary in the chase in the second innings. Sagar Dakal's opening the bowling with his left arm spin. And he's going to pick up a wicket just like that. Zubaidi back into the team. Doesn't work. He's gone for a golden duck. I've got Paresh Lahani with me. The wickets keep tumbling.
Yes, indeed. I mean, 10 wickets. It's not even 4. It's 3:30. I'm talking about time.
It's 11 wickets, not just 10. 10 in the first innings, now 1 in the second. And the wickets are rolling everywhere, aren't they? So Zubaidi's gone for a first ball duck. All the ones on the board. in the first over. It's 1 for 1. Halfway through 1. Mohamed Nasril to the crease, the perfect start for the Police Club. In defence of what's been a pretty low total, riding the wave of confidence of a good batting effort. Sagar Dakal has picked up a wicket in the very first over. Surely they can't defend this, can they, Paresh?
Well, they have to keep on taking wickets. I mean, let's say 5 or 6 in the power play.
They get 6 in the power play. I think they're favourites. Wouldn't rule it out. We've seen a little bit of everything. It's been highly unpredictable cricket. Batting surfaces that have helped the spinners without doubt, but some really questionable batting approaches at the same time.
Yes, very difficult conditions for the batsman there. But you have to stay there, assess. Hit with the middle of his bat, but straight to the fielder. At cover. After 1 over, Malaysia 11, they are 1 for 1.
So, one quick explanation of this group and where it's at. The Malaysia 11 need to win to get up to 4 points. If they do that, they're not guaranteed to go through, though, because the Push Sports Delhi side could beat the Car 11 tomorrow. If that happens, those two things happen, 3 teams will be tied on 4 points apiece, and it will come down to net run rate. Malaysia in the second best position of those 3 teams on net run rate, but obviously if Push Sports Delhi win tomorrow, they'll get a net run rate boost. How big that boost will be will depend on how big the margin of victory is over the Car 11 if they can do that. But for the Malaysia 11, they don't just want to win, they want to take a reasonably big win to get a good net run rate boost, and also then go on to pick up a net run rate pickup. It's right into the block hole, a Yorker. No contact with the bat there. Half an appeal from some optimistic slips. Karen KC to open the bowling from the market end. For the Police Club to stay alive in the tournament, they need a miracle. They're going to need to bowl Malaysia out for not much at all. Karen KC just losing his footing. I think it's safe to say that the Police Club are out of the reckoning, even if they win today somehow. They're not going to get a big enough net run rate boost to get into the mix if 3 teams get tied on 2 points apiece in tied second place, that is. So they're likely out of the tournament, but they're going to have to fight like cornered tigers to try and find some way to get this victory. Slower ball this time.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Lenny. Karan Casey bowling. First ball, a very good Yorker. Rather optimistic appeal by the keeper and the slip. The bat hit the pitch, not the ball. And a good slower ball following that. 2 dot balls for him in his first over and the second over of the innings.
It's Karen KC's last chance to make an impact on this tournament. He certainly has not done it with the bat. Blob, 4, the 3 scores. That's duck, 4. He's not off his full run. He's looking to find a way to make some impact for the Police.
Yes, he has to. I mean, he's the strike bowler of the national team. Even though he's not in his full run-up, the momentum.
Hit down the ground, and he is going to strike. Karen KC's off the longer run up today. And do we have an insane twist in the tail of this Group A? Because it's 1 for 2. There's more wickets on the board than there are runs. And it's the big fish, Virendeep Singh, who's just got to 100 runs in the tournament. And he'll get no more than that. It's 1 for 2.
Yes, it was a off-cut, a slower ball, and he had no clue. He didn't time it. He went after the ball. He should have waited for the ball and played it late. Virendeep Singh gone. Now Malaysia 11. They are 1 for 2.
This tournament's been anything but predictable. And when it was 66 for 9, I'd actually gone over to pack my stuff up and get ready for a beautiful sugarcane juice and a haircut and maybe even a little shoulder massage if I was lucky. Instead, right now, anything's possible. And with Ahmed Faiz, the Malaysian skipper, coming to the crease, he'll have just taken a deep breath and a bit of a gulp because his side are in trouble.
Absolutely, Lenny, and bad luck for you, though.
Be delighted with a close finish. Just didn't expect it. Karen KC is hit behind square in the offside, and nearly a mix-up. Good one-handed stop. We'll keep it to a dot. He's definitely off a longer run-up. I think he's got maybe a little bit of a point to prove, Karen KC.
Sagar Dakal, the fielder there. He's a bit quick in the field. Yeah, Karen Casey has a point to prove here. Like I said, in power play, if you take 5 or 6 wickets, you're back in the game.
Floods into the pad, going over the top. Only a stifled appeal and a smile from Karen KC, and rightly so. He's bowled a beautiful wicket maiden. Score is after 2 overs, rather remarkably 1 for 2. I'm not too sure what's going on with the batting because I don't see any real issues with what the pitch is doing compared to the rest of the tournament. It's been as consistent as it has been throughout. It is some demons, there is some turn, but things haven't changed.
No, it hasn't. I mean, it's the same. This is the 5th day. The pitch is the same. There is turn. If you cut the ball medium paces, if ball cutters, you can hardly play. It's the same. No change whatsoever.
We were talking off air as well about how we felt this was the better of the 2 decks that we've been using in the tournament. Fortune and inside edge. Nazril's going to get real luck to pick up a couple of runs. That easily could have been the 3rd wicket, remarkably.
Yes, Sagar Dakal bowling an arm, ball going with the arm, going inside. Got an inside edge, lucky not to go ricochet into the stumps. Got 2 runs.
Sharp turn for Dakal. He looks in a nice rhythm, and nice to see him back bowling after the period where he's been brought into national team action and not got much opportunity. Chipped up, and he hasn't even gone for it. I think this was a chance if he's got the dive out, and instead Shankar Rana has done nothing, and it's split him and the other backward point fielder. Should this have been the 3rd wicket, and should it have read 3 for 3 on the board?
A respite for a Malaysian team here. Let's look at the replay here.
Where's the dive? Where's the dive from the point fielder? I understand backward point wasn't going to be able to get there, but the point fielder, Shankar Rana, the low scoring game like we have here, surely you've got to give it your all and risk it to try and take that catch. Massive appeal. The finger, it wavers, it wobbles of the umpire, but it stays down, not out.
Yeah, he might have missed the leg stump.
That's what the umpire's indicating, but just for a fraction of a second, you could almost see a twitch. Let's take a look at the replay after this. Nicely bowled by Dakal, will be a single. The indication from him after the appeal was that it was going down the leg side. This was the attempted catch, or lack of attempted catch. He has to go for that, then followed up by a big LBW appeal, which Paresh, you felt was pretty close.
Well, seeing live, I thought it might have missed leg stump. We'll have to see the replay though.
Right on the money. Good over from Dakal. It may have gone for 7 runs, but it could easily have had a wicket or 2 in it. And we'll see if we can find that LBW replay for you. And if we do find that LBW replay, we'll get it rolled out.
Meanwhile, 3 overs gone. Malaysia 11, they are 8 for 2.
Here it is here. Let's have a look. Angling down, probably just. Good decision, I feel.
Yes, pretty much good decision. Karan Casey bowling his 2nd over and the 4th over of the innings. He's bowled a wicket maiden.
Nicely worked off the legs of the batter, and I think he's going to get good reward of the boundary. Home fans don't like that, and they look on glumly as Karan Casey's clipped away by Nazrul Rahman to just put some kind of control into the chase.
Yeah, it was nicely tucked off his hips. Wide off short fine. And in between the deep square leg and short fine. Nicely done by Nazrul.
Right into the block hole and greeted with a lovely extra cover drive that's going to run away for 4. Gulshan Jah can't stop that. Poor delivery. Just sat up there to be hit. It's an out and out half volley and dealt with very capably.
Back-to-back boundaries for Nazrul. This was even a beautiful one. Karan Casey, I think Karan Casey was attempting a slower Yorker, but didn't get it right.
Yeah, missed the mark, and after a maiden, he's been hit for back-to-back boundaries. Does come in a little bit quicker this time, back of a length, dealt with by Nazrul. In low chases like this, just a couple of boundaries like that, they settle the nerves.
Yes, exactly, Andrew. Nazrul, Karan Casey hitting the hard length. The 3rd ball. 2 consecutive boundaries hit.
Cut away, going to be a 3rd boundary in the over, I think. The outfield's been pretty quick throughout the tournament, and 2nd poor delivery, 1 out and out half volley, and now a short wide long hop that just stood up to be hit.
Malaysia 11 moves to 20 of 2. The rate also creeps up to 5.45, whereas it was before this over, it was around hovering around 3 point something. In 3.4 overs, they are 20 for 2.
Well, it was under 3. And it was 8 for 2 after 3 overs. Yeah, they were really struggling. But Nazrul's just made use of that half chance, and I just wonder if I was Shankar Rana and sitting there in the field at point, I'd be really questioning my decision not to go for that. In defences of small chases like this, you need everything to go right, and right now with 4 boundaries in an over, 16 runs coming from just 6 deliveries, that's not everything going right. They can't afford even one more over like that. 16 off it.
Yeah, it was deliberately played very fine. There was a 3rd man fielder there, but couldn't stop it. Very well done by Nasril.
Yeah, that rate has rocketed up to a run of ball. What could have been 3 for 3 with the non-attempt at the catch by Shankar Rana. He could well have dropped it. No problem if you drop the catch. Everyone drops catches. It's cricket. But it's about the intent and the attitude and the effort. You've got to put your body on the line for the team. It would have been a spectacular catch if he could have held it. He's ended up just pulling out at the last second. Maybe worried about the man coming into it in a collision. And in what's an early roll of the dice, they're going to take Sagar Dakal off and bring Pawan Saraf on. From the correct end, he'll get the ball to drift away with that wind coming from right to left on your screen in a moment when we switch to behind the bowler's arm, and then he'll try to turn it back in. Drift away, turn in. That's what you want as an off spinner. But cut away, and no one in the deep on the offside, so 4 more. And that's 5 boundaries in 7 deliveries. This game continues to surprise.
Yes, it exactly does. I mean, now the captain flies into the attack. He hits a beautiful square drive for a boundary.
Pulled away, going to be 6 boundaries and 8 deliveries. Before those 6 boundaries and 8 deliveries, the score was 3 for 2.
Look how funny this game is. Cricket is a very, very funny game.
Yep, couldn't ride it. Karen KC and Pawan Saraf, 2 of the senior Nepal internationals, have just been clubbed around the park. Good sharp turn and offer. That's exactly where you want to be as an off spinner on this wicket, but well dealt with, and they get through for a single. Ahmed Faiz continues to do his job. He's looked pretty good in this tournament so far.
Yeah, Pawan Saraf. He bowled pretty well in the last 2 matches that he played.
Attempted slog sweep. Thuds off an inside edge into the pad.
Actually, he didn't watch the ball properly. The eyes were not at the ball. Just try to heave it over mid-wicket.
Down the ground, but straight to the mid-off fielder. It really has been a very hard game to describe. We've seen some strange fielding, some very poor batting. Now, a couple of overs where the radars have gone for Karen KC and Pawan Saraf, who've been dispatched around the ground. 5 overs gone. It's 33 for 2.
Look at the bowling card. Karan Casey, his first over was a maiden with a wicket, and second over went for 16. Pawan Saraf, 1 over 9 for no wicket, and Sagar Dakal, 2 overs, 8 for 1.
Yeah, with that 5 over mark coming up and this chase looking pretty comfy, we'll have a quick commentary change. Bid farewell to Paresh Lahani for the moment. Welcome back Johnny Barron to come and join me. Johnny, sometimes life is confusing. Sagar Dakal returns to the attack from the market end of the ground. Oh, good one-handed pickup by Karen KC and deflected onto the stumps. We're going to go upstairs here. This would be a pretty extraordinary run out. And up it comes. Karen KC picked up cleanly with one hand. He's thrown it to Sagar Dakal, who's deflected it onto the stumps. And Johnny Barron, is this out?
Well, decision pending. Here's the call. Here we go. It's a decent throw. It's a lazy bit of running.
Oh!
Oh, he's in trouble, is he? What is that back grounded? Is that back
He's forgot
grounded?
to slide his bat, Johnny. Let's take a look. The foot doesn't get in. I think this is
so.
gone.
Where's that bat?
The bat's definitely not grounded. It's
No.
the foot. Here we go. That'll be the angle.
That's the angle. That will tell us.
Flicked off almost accidentally. He's gone.
He's gone.
He is gone for all money. Wait for the official decision.
Yeah.
Would you believe it? Karen DC has pulled off a rather remarkable run out.
That is a shocking bit of running. If that is called out, and I think that's what we suspect it will be, you've got to run your bat in. It's like rule 101 of cricket at level. And there he is. That bat doesn't look grounded to me.
He just wants one more look, doesn't he? Sorry, Johnny, the third umpire, understandably. Just wants to make sure, but I'm pretty sure we're going to hear the words in our ear in a moment. Out, out, out. We'll leave it up to him.
Yeah, there's one frame. Oh, is it the boot? Is it the boot hitting the stumps? Is this a problem?
No. The ball's been deflected
no,
on.
Yeah.
But I think clearly his bat is not grounded. Let's listen to the third umpire. We look at another angle. It's a lazy piece of rain either way, Johnny.
It is indeed, yeah. Sorry, the angle I was looking at. I think he is short. So where is bat? Is that bat on the ground? On that frame, that's the only thing that might save him here, is what the interpretation of where that bat is, whether it's or not.
Clearly in the air there.
Yeah, and he's short as well. And that looks like the frame they're happy with.
Third umpire still adjudicating, still taking his time. Here comes... Oh, he does want one more look. He wants one more look. I think for my money, not an umpire. Well, actually, qualified, but I'm certainly not a qualified third umpire. It's the last day of 2078 tomorrow. Oh, that is leapt off a length. It's nearly gone up over the head of the batter.
Yeah, play that. I mean, that has jumped, hasn't it? Got absolutely no chance of playing that.
Big shot attempted. Oh, I think that's a little closer than you might think. The end result is going to be 4 leg byes. It'll be signalled as leg byes, but he's come such a far way across his crease. If this had gripped at all, I think it's going to go on and hit the stumps. But the umpire has decided it's missing leg.
Yeah, on the angle, you've got a feeling this is going to be a bit of a scrappy game that's going to turn one way and then the other. 37 for 3. Seems to be, every single ball at this stage seems to be an event.
Dakal might have just needed this to turn a tiny bit more. Look at the position he's in here. It's just skidded on rather than turning, so it's probably hit in line with leg and maybe just going to miss leg. But this time, oh, what's happened here, Johnny?
Well, it's a swing and a miss, nearly gathered by the keeper. Everybody goes up, but there's nothing doing with the response from the umpire.
So this time he's looked for that same shot, didn't learn his lesson. Terrible position to hit a ball from. It's hit into the pad again. It's going to miss leg. Has it come off the bat? No, it hasn't. Oh, that's the other one, I think, is it? Oh, I don't know what's going on here now. Cut away. Over to you, Johnny.
Well, the second one looks a bit tighter. Extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary. End the 6 overs. The Malaysian 11 are 37 for 3.
Here's the power play highlights, and it all started with 2 quick wickets. Could well have been 3 and 3. Johnny, I know you weren't on call for this near miss. Karen KC, who dismissed Virendeep Singh. Should this have been gone for? Should it have been attempted, the catch from Arjun Saud here?
Well, the problem, it was a bit of a sort of after you, Claude, wasn't it? Both fielders looking at each other, nobody taking responsibility. And while there are 4 other boundaries in that over as well, so it was a bit of double bubble, wasn't it? It would have been a wicket, but in the end, they conceded 16 off the over. It was a real big moment in the game.
Yeah, I just think that when you're defending a low total, everything has to go right. So you have to take risk. And yes, it would have been a bit of a gamble to go for it. You'd rather see both fielders go for it than neither. And in the end, they both just left it alone. And we'll see the power play signalled. And fielding restrictions are eased, and they're going to not use all 5 men outside the circle, just 4. I think the Pouncer has to get outside Aziz here. If he can do it in this over, maybe it's going to be game on. The left-handed Aziz has been the pick of the batters over the last few weeks here in Nepal. And if Saraf can work a way through him, slip in place with these sharp turning off breaks around the wicket, maybe we'll still have a real contest. Cut away. Straight to the fielder. Quick single directed at the non-striker's head. Oh! This would have been gone as well, I think, would it?
Would have been close. They always are with a direct hit. It was a good gather, wasn't it? Good gather and throw. High drama. We'll get a look here.
Cleanly picked up, wasn't it, by Sagar Dakal? Out or not out, Johnny?
Let's have a little look. Oh, I think he would have been just home. I think it was maybe there was a slight fumble before he got his throw away. That might be what saved him. The fact that it didn't hit as well.
Seems to be something happening every ball, not just in this innings, in this entire match. It's been madcap stuff from both sides, really. Another adventurous stroke attempted by Rahman.
Yeah, Saraf. He's in a bit of form. 4 wickets in his last game, 2 in his first, 6 so far in the tournament. He's been quite miserly as well through the course.
Reverse sweep attempted. A peel is going to go upstairs. The batters, of course, ended up on their bum. What else would happen in this match? And as he's fallen over and lost his balance, has he also lost his wicket? Sharp piece of glove work. This could be close.
Yeah, it might be, because he's over toppled, hasn't he, Mohammed Nazril? We'll have to wait. There's a few smiles out there from the batting side, which suggests he might be okay. But let's see. This really is an extraordinary game. Here we go. Front foot's fine. So move on from that particular scenario. Now, where does he overbalance? Where does he get his feet okay?
Oh, he's taking it too early.
Yeah.
If he holds on for just a second, I think he's then fallen over, but it's down and the bails are up a moment too soon.
Yep. Another couple of frames. Need to wait a couple of a couple of milliseconds, but he's got his foot down. I think he's okay, isn't he? Because once you're grounded, the rules have changed, haven't they? Once you're grounded, you're okay. It doesn't matter what happens after that.
Yeah, I think the issue is here. The keeper just needed to wait till there. And look, he was definitely out and up in the air, and down he goes. His wicket survives. His pride may no longer be there. That's beyond reproach, but this one is not out.
What I can tell you is that is an ugly bit of cricket. We've seen a few of them. This has been an extraordinary 6.3 overs. I've got a suspicion that we might get... I don't think we're done here, Andrew. I think there's a little bit more to come here.
Correction, Johnny. It's been an extraordinary 25 overs of this match, not just 6.3. At one point we saw 6 wickets for 9 runs. Another massive shot attempted. He's going to get reward for it. Should be at least a couple out into the leg side. We haven't even seen Gulshan Jah bowl yet, who's the fielder on this occasion. We've seen a 35-run last wicket partnership. In the first innings, we've seen action aplenty. Malaysia, even if they win this game, I don't think their head coach, Bilal Assad, is going to be too happy with their performance. There's been some complacency, some strange approaches. And this could be another chance. Has Gulshan Jah been able to pick it up quickly enough? He hasn't. He's overrun it. And they're going to get 2 to the total. I just think Jah here, he got caught flat-footed right in the deep. If he was 2 or 3 yards off the fence, this could have been the 4th wicket.
Yes, we'll see again. You've got to be about 5 yards in, really, and active and proactive as well. So you see that ball sail into the... And also it's done him on the spin as well.
And yeah, again, just game awareness and game knowledge. He should know, Gulshan Jah, that the batter's hitting massively into the wind, into the teeth of that, 15 kilometres an hour on average we saw from our weather report. So that's going to naturally make it hold up a little bit more. And therefore you're more likely to catch one 10, 15 yards off the rope rather than right on the rope. As that ball was hit, he was still only getting back to his position, having fielded the last ball right on the rope. If he was 5 yards off, Saraf would have had a wicket, and Rahman would have been to Smith. Nazril Ramin would have been the 4th wicket to fall, and the game would have been on again.
Yeah, especially when you're in this position, you've got to be prepared to concede a few, haven't you? You've got to have somebody 5 yards in that position to give yourself a chance, and just gives you more options in terms of the ball falling short. You want to keep away from those kind of scenarios because you've really got to take every single chance that comes as an opportunity.
Manjit Shrestha will come into the attack with his part-time spinning dibbly-dobblers, and he did take 4 for 10 in game 1. A repeat of that would maybe make this game a very close one.
Yeah, 1 for 26 in the second game as well.
Kept a bit low, that one, and bunted down the ground by Syed Aziz. Very good cricketer, Syed Aziz. 5-wicket haul with the ball and highly effective with his left-handed batting.
Yeah, he bowled superbly. Bowled really nicely. I tell you what, a bit of laundry might be required. I wonder what his item allowance is like at the hotel.
Well, you've got to get at least 6 or 8 in there daily, because those coloured bottoms, particularly the bottom part of those coloured bottoms, are going to need more than a little attention, as he ended up on his backside, trying to avoid that stumping. That's the full pace delivery. Oh, needs to be careful not to overbalance. It's fairly ungainly stuff from Shrestha.
Yeah. You don't really want to be too wide of that off stump.
And that's going to be the fourth wicket. This game continues to deliver chaos, madness, lunacy in vast quantities. We've had less than 25 overs in the game. We've seen 14 wickets fall. We've seen near runouts, dropped catches, a bit of everything. The skipper's brought himself on and he struck immediately. Nazril's gone for 27. Is it game on, Johnny?
Well, I think it is. And it's his 6th wicket of the campaign. A little bit tucked up for room. It's a horrible looking shot. And up goes the finger. And, well, more drama here in Baroa. 27 he went for off 28. And it's now 43 for 4 at the end of the, well, halfway through the 8th over.
Here's a look at the scoreboard. That paints a picture, doesn't it? 43 for 4. Long, slow walk off for Nazril, and it's going to be Shahidist Ramley to the crease. Surely Malaysia aren't going to come up short here. Surely.
Well, there's every chance, isn't there? 4 down already.
Oh, you can nearly make it 5 down. I just wonder, I heard 2 noises here. Was there an inside edge?
Well, he's spun it a touch, hasn't he? Past the inside edge. It was pretty close to the bat. No appeal.
Well, he put down the catch. I just wonder, was there an inside edge? Then cannoned onto the stumps. Another delivery where everything's happening. Speared in. They're the 2 variations, aren't they? One speared in that just skids on, the other the sharp turning off break. We'll see if we can get the replay of the previous ball after this one to see if it was a drop catch from Dilip Nath behind the stumps. I definitely heard something. Here it is. We might miss a ball. No, that's the one that speared in. The delivery before that, back live with you now. It's going to be signalled as a wide. Will this be it, Johnny? Let's have a look. No, that's the wide outside the off stump. So, end of the 8th over, and we'll go back in that over. See if we can bring you the 4th delivery, which I think was the first ball to the new batter. I think there was a hint of an inside edge. Dilip Nath didn't hold on, so he couldn't appeal. Did we see a chance for 2 and 2 and a chance for the 5th wicket? We don't have it, unfortunately, but I think could well have been a life. Could well have been a life. 8 gone, 44 for 4, all the 4s on the board. Saraf, he has a couple of overs left. Hasn't found a breakthrough yet. 2 overs, none for 14. You feel he's the one who needs to get Syed Aziz, the left-hander, out. Big appeal, skidding on with the arm. And I think height could be the issue here. Looked very adjacent, real drama yet again.
Yeah, was it slipping down? Might be a... Well, I think that might be gone because that's hit him above the knee roll. But he's jumping as well. Ooh,
it's just height.
One.
It's only height because it's going to go on and hit middle. Was it too high? I don't know. Very, very close. Umpire's decision was not out. Saraf thought he had his man. Oh, so nearly has him again. Can't take your eyes off this contest. Every ball, something is happening.
Well, it's definitely on, isn't it? A great opportunity for the Nepal Police Club to get a scalp here.
under edge will get through for a single. Don't think the required run rate's going to come into the game. Don't need to worry about that too much. But just that wickets column, it keeps seeming to be threatened. That easily could have been the 5th.
Yeah, we thought we were going home early, weren't we? When we saw the Nepal Police Club on what? The odd for 9, weren't they, at one stage? Recovered to get 99, and now 54, 45 for 4. They now have the Malaysia 11.
If they do somehow miraculously go on to win this game from the position of being 66 for 9, as the 5th wicket is castled. That's a beauty. The stuff of dreams for the off spinner. The drift away with the wind helping him. The turn back in. You cannot go back on this wicket if you're batting. It's a poor option. It cannons into off stump. They've lost half their batters and they're not at half the total. Syed Ramley's gone. And is this game turning quite literally the way of the Police Club?
Well, it really is. It's a lovely bit of bowling, isn't it? By Saraf. Little bit of turn outside the off stump. Here it is now. You cannot get stuck in the crease. Absolutely no way. And then it's just taken the outside bail. Lovely bit of bowling.
Look at the gap between the bat and the pad, Johnny. Could have driven a moped through there. You'd have got through there on a little rickshaw, maybe. It's cut him in half. The 5th one's gone. What I was just about to say, if they do somehow go on to win this game, which is looking ever more likely, you'd have to think that the 10th wicket partnership of 33 will end up being the critical factor. Beautifully bowled, the perfect off break. Take a bow for that one, Pound Saraf. Too good.
Well, it is, but it's a horrible, horrible bit of batting, isn't it? No foot movement. You've either got to get forward or you've got to get back. But you've got to be decisive. You can't be stuck in no man's land, otherwise you'll be absolutely meat and drink for a man of this class.
Yeah, the only good thing for the Malaysia 11, they've held back a very promising Amir Azim. The issue is, though, brings 2 left-handers to the crease, and Pound Saraf has his tail up with still 8 more deliveries to bowl. The international bowler here, he's not just thinking of one of these left-handers, he's thinking of both of them. Shot a ball being played as well. Imagine that LBW of Aziz was given out.
Well, that would have been real trouble. They're in trouble as it is.
Amir Azim, he's a very talented young cricketer. His batting just showed a little bit yesterday as well. And he helps that away around the corner for 4 to get them to within a run of 50.
Yeah, better shot. Better options, percentages. He's got the length and he's got the line to whip that round the corner. He does it quite nicely. Yeah, 49 for 5 after 9.
Prem Tamang is going to come into the attack. Not going to venture down the route of any predictions from here, Johnny. We're just going to try and describe the madness to you.
I think it's wise, actually. I mean, this is neck and neck, would you say? 51 off 66, that's not a problem. Second column's a problem.
It does feel like it's seesawing ever further back towards a coin toss. When it was 66 for 9 in the first innings, I was thinking the whole thing was done. But it goes to show T20 cricket can turn, and turn very quickly. Those little part-time off breaks of Tamang are going to have to be effective. He does at least have the 2 left-handers to bowl to. Another left-hander, or excuse me, another fielder slips up in the deep. And Shankar Rana, who didn't go for that catch, has just cost his colleagues another run.
Very much a nip and tuck affair. Getting the ball to go away from the right-hander at both ends.
This one's kept. Cut away, going to be runs in front to square, and it's going to be 4 of them. That's a really competent stroke. Just too flat and too short, and Aziz accepts the gift and carves it away for 4.
Yeah, a bit of width. Jumps on it pretty nicely as well. And just gets it in front of that man out there. 50 up.
Hit and nearly, so nearly, the 6th wicket. And I think for the police to win this game, that was the moment. Sagar Dakal, of all people, at backward point, probably one of the shortest players in the team. If that was Karen KC there, that would have been held on to. Instead, it's gone inches out of his reach. And I don't think he's even got a hand in it in the end.
Yeah, it's just diving away to his left-hand side. He's not a million miles away. Well, it could have been a wicket, but instead a boundary, and back-to-back boundaries as well. 10 off the over already.
I just wonder whether the part-time off breaks here were the way to go. I can understand why they've gone for it. But surely Gulshan Jah, who's been bowling really impressively this tournament. Here's another look at it. Yeah, certainly Karen KC, I suspect if he was there, that would have been a catch, and quite a simple one. Instead, Dakal, probably 6 or 8 inches shorter than the likes of the 6-foot Karen KC. It ends up going over his head. Another dramatic over. It'll get us to the halfway stage of the chase. One more look at it. You'd have caught that, Johnny.
In my youth, perhaps. Not sure now in my dotage. Well, the height, yes. I guess with my 6'1" with my heels on, might have had a chance.
And I know that's what you play your cricket in. Gets us to the halfway stage of the chase. It's been drama plenty. It's 60 for 5.
Here are the highlights. Oh dear. There's the play on. Disappointing end. No, this was the end of Birendeep Singh. 100 runs in the tournament across 2 innings, but then he went in his 3rd. Real disappointment. No feet movement, but they got away with that one. That was one of the moments of the game, wasn't it? The chance they didn't go for at backward point. Worked way into the onside. That was a nice looking shot through mid-wicket. And a cover drive as well. It's been a mixed bag, it's safe to say, this first 10. Shot through extra cover as well. That was the play with the ball outside off stump. And a bit of a streaky edge down through 3rd man. Couldn't count that one off. Another punch through the offside. Off Saraf, who's recently come to the party, of course, with a wicket in his last over. And then just another tuck through on the leg side as well. Been an interesting passage of play so far, and this is the run out. Lazy bit of running. It really is. You've got to run your bat in. The deflection doesn't do him any favours either. But that is a very, very lazy bit of running, it's safe to say. Oh, one of the moments. A couple of big shouts for LBW, and this is the one. Was it a drop? Oh, no, that was the one that was caught behind, but we've got another one, of course. Well, he thought it might have been a drop catch. And that was a big shout for LBW, but just a judge to be slipping down. Caught on the crease here. Feet going absolutely nowhere. Wicket's not back. And that is where we are at the moment. A couple of boundaries in the previous over, and this was another lovely shot through the offside. We're back live. With Saraf continuing.
Big appeal. And given, you won't have seen it just yet, you'll see it in a moment. It's now 60 for 6. Saraf has struck again in his last over. And Amir Azim has been trapped right on the crease. Another twist in the game. And Saraf has 5 balls left to work some more magic. It was pretty full and pretty straight from what I could see first time around. And, oh yeah, probably going on to hit off stump.
Yeah, good decision. Good decision because it's turned. And I guess the batsman's not particularly happy. He thinks it might be missing the off stump, but I think that's done enough. Beaten the bat, that's the main thing. It's turned, and it looks a pretty good shout to me. More drama. 60 for 5. 60 for 6. In fact, scoreboard just updating.
Yeah, one more look at it here, and it's clearly pitched in line. Only thing will be, has it turned too much? The young batter, I think, was seeming to say it was going to miss on height. That wasn't the case. He's very short in stature. Number 8 to the crease. I didn't think we'd see the number 8 from Malaysia batting today. Vijay Oni is coming out, and he looks a little nervous. The real hope for Malaysia is the fact that Syed Aziz is still there. But if he was gone, and remember he survived that really close LBW shout, I think then it's going to be the police that are going to take a win in the most dramatic of circumstances.
Well, there's still a lot of batting to be done. Still 40 required, and that is not going to be straightforward in these conditions. We've seen the ball turn throughout, and it's been a fairly disciplined effort with the ball by the Nepal Police Club.
Right-hander to the crease. I think the plan has to be, surely from here, you've got to block out and play out the rest of this over from Pawan Saraf, his final one. Oh! Full deliveries, nearly ended up yorking himself with the attempted sweep, and somehow it's evade. Oh, mix up! More drama. How's this one missed off stump, Johnny?
Well, I think he's got himself outside the line. There's another lovely bit of bowling by Saraf.
So nearly bowled the off stump though, didn't it? No contact made with anything, through to the keeper, and just the one by run. It's actually given his leg buys, correct you are, Johnny. Didn't see any contact there myself. Oh, sharp turn again. Aziz just needs to get through 2 more balls.
Yeah, he does. He's the man, isn't he? 13 off 12. If they're to get home, he's going to have to play a significant part.
Oh, this is full, straight and given. The game turns sharply in the favour of the Nepal Police Club, and mainly due to Pawan Saraf's 3 big wickets. This was full, didn't get anything on it, and the finger was up in a flash.
Well, you said these next 6 deliveries could have a real bearing on the game, and so it's proving. Yeah, it's got both left-handers in the over. And Saraf, well, it's full and straight. Well, it's hitting just about everything, isn't it? Catching him in front. Understandably given out. 3 wickets so far. 9 wickets in the tournament thus far. What a hand he's playing. 61 for 7.
Sharvin Muniandy to the crease. Down at number 9. I think he'd probably already packed up his batting gear for the day when the first innings was done. But he's had to get the zips open and come out to face Pawan Saraf. 1 ball remains. He's got 3 for 19. He'll be hoping for another 4-wicket haul. We'll come back to this points table in a moment after this delivery, and I'll explain the permutations once more to you. Can Pawan Saraf make it a 4th? Here we go. Beautifully bowled. 3 for 19. He's going to finish with a fantastic spell of off spin. So here we go. If Malaysia lose this game, I'm still not convinced the margin of victory is going to be big enough, even if they bowl them out for 61 and take 3 quick wickets, for the Police Club to get up above the Malaysia 11 on net run rate. We'll leave that to the statisticians. I think coming into today they needed about a 45 to 50 run victory to get that net run rate to swing enough. But the bigger concern for the Malaysia 11, they could be dragged back down beneath the Push Sports Club of Delhi if they're not careful. And they don't just need to try and chase this total down to get to 4 points. They need to make it as close as possible. If they can't, remember, they can still lose and go through if the CAR 11 do them a big favour tomorrow. And the Malaysia 11 side will have to, if they lose this game, watch on AP1 HD and hope that the home side will do them a favour.
Yeah, all the permutations that we'll see unfold tomorrow.
Sagar Dakal back into the attack. Oh, that's very close. Very, very close. He needed it to turn a little bit. Most of his deliveries have been skidding on. Did he get this to turn?
Yeah, this is one that it's turned. Is that hitting him in front? It's got to be close. It's got to be close. He's got to feel himself a little bit unlucky with that one.
Sweep, top edge. No fielder there. Real drama from every ball now. Something seems to be happening. Whatever the case, Suni gets off the mark with a single, but it wasn't convincing.
Drama all the way over. Looking at that LBW again. It's got to be tight, hasn't it? Really. Don't think that's missing a great deal. Certainly not going over. The worst, it's umpire's call, clipping leg.
Look at the advice from Saraf. He's not the captain, but he really is marshalling the troops and telling everyone what to do. He's telling Sagar Dakal where to bowl. It's a roll of the dice from Manjit Shrestha because his 2 senior spinners are going to be bowled out after this over. Money Andy needs to survive these 4 balls and then find a way to score off the last 8 overs with his partner. 4 dots isn't a bad result here for Malaysia. Here's 1 dot.
Turn again. Beats the bat. Absolutely. Because the time isn't the problem. Still 8.3 overs to go. So 3 wickets in hand is the equation that's the problem.
Oh, it's a beauty. That's the games of cricket you'd ever want to watch.
Well, high drama here, without a shadow of a doubt. 63 for 7 is the card. Just looking at the bowling figures there. Well, Pawan Saraf with up to 9 wickets in the competition so far. He's got 3 for 19. He's been the pick so far, but there's a lot to be done. A lot to be done, it's safe to say, to get home from here. 37 off 48 is required. Still 8 overs to come. Sharvin Monande is the man on strike. Manjit Shrestha is the man with the ball in hand. Oh, has he edged that? Oh, that looked very tight. I thought I heard a little noise, but lots of oohs and ahs out there. Paresh, high drama here. In Birua.
Yeah, high drama, a low total, 100 target, and Malaysia have lost 7 wickets for 63.
That's wide of the off stump. It's not quite put away, but it's put away into the outfield. They'll get through for a single. They'll think about a couple. They'll think better of that.
Now the Malaysia 11 will be thinking the last wicket partnership of Nepal Police, that was 33 runs. That will be very costly.
Well, that's what's killing them thus far in this game, alongside some interesting shot choices. Driven handsomely up the ground, a bit more percentage cricket being played here. Pawan Saraf, the hero of the hour, with the fielding, another single added. Sticking these down at the moment. Haven't quite got the firepower of Saraf left in the card. Oh, we're looking to run it down through third man, that would have been handy. Mistimes the stroke, 35 required, still in 45 balls is where we're at.
Yeah, the ball stayed a bit low. There, Manjit Shrestha doing a very good job there. As a captain, couldn't do anything with the bat, but he's doing it with the ball.
Pushing out on the offside. They'll think of a quick single. Oh, they must have him with a direct hit. It's gone upstairs, but this does look out. Oh dear, it's a bit of a yes, no, maybe, but it was a terrific pickup. A terrific bit of fielding. We'll see it again. Oh
The
dear.
batsman is walking. The umpires have called for the third umpire.
Yeah, he's just run on it. It's a great bit of work by the keeper, and he's miles out. It's a horrible bit of cricket. Great bit of out cricket. And he can keep on walking, so we're going to see the decision coming up very shortly indeed. Not even in the frame. He arrives about half an hour later, Paresh.
Yes, silly running there. Straight to the fielder. The credit must go to the fielder.
Next man in is Amar Zudi. Batting at number... Batting at number 9. Yeah, he's just not even in the frame. It's a horrible bit of cricket from a batting perspective. Running out of resources here.
A very good fight back by the Nepal Police Club.
Well, they look absolutely dead for all money, didn't they? 12 overs through that final first innings. Shrestha outside the off stump, and it's looking for an audacious shot on the offside. It's another swing and a miss. Another over of high drama has gone. And after 13, well, the Malaysian 11 are 65 now for 8. Just looking at this card, 65 for 8, and it's a horror story really. Nazril 27 off 28, and Aziz are the only standout players on the card with 13 off 14, but they need to get as close as they possibly can to this total if they're going to keep themselves with contention of going through to the semi-final stage. There's still quite a bit to play for here. 7 overs left. 35 runs looks a lot. Current run rate is 5 and over. Been absolutely fascinating so far.
Karan KC comes back into the attack. I must say the Malaysian 11 are still wondering how could they give 33-run partnership for the last wicket.
That was the big play of the game. That's what set up the tension in this second innings. To drive away on the offside. That's played pretty nicely. That's played very nicely. That will do very nicely indeed. 4 backward of square on the offside. Need a few more of those to the Malaysian 11.
Muniandi, the batsman, played it late, guided the ball to the gap for a third man boundary. Well played, Muniandi.
Yeah, played it really nicely. Lovely looking shot. Another single. All count these, don't they? 5 off this over thus far. Plenty of time. That's not a problem for them.
Clips it off his hips just for a single. Manjit Shrestha, the fielder there, had shot fine. Pawan Sharaf is controlling the field. I think Manjit Shrestha is a bit tired.
Karen KC up to the market end. Punch down to third man. How fine is that run? Not quite fine enough, but they'll get through for a single. Another valuable one. Quite a useful over this, actually, isn't it, Paresh? 6 coming from it so far. And actually, pace on the ball is probably what the Malaysian 11 is looking for. Absolutely ideal for them.
Yeah, and Muniandi on strike. 29 needed.
Nicely played. They'll get through for another single. So that's nudged up to long on. 7 off this over. Suddenly the equation changes again. .28 now required. Just looking at that card. Yeah, Pawan Sharaf, 3 for 19 off his 4. Late cut really well down to backward square on the offside. They'll get through for a couple. This over gets better and better. 9 from it so far. Still a bit of change left in the over as well. 1 more to come.
That was played very well. Late cut to the gap. Picks up 2 runs.
Again, just punched in the offside. There'll be more runs. This has been a great over. 10 coming from it at a critical stage in the game. After 14, 75 for 8. And yeah, just looking at these bowling figures again, Pawan Sharaf for 3 for 19, 1 for 26 for Karen KC off his 3. I'll be a bit disappointed with that, really. 8.67 economy rate in a tight game is not really what you want. Other wicket, Saga Darkle has 1 for 10. Manjit Shrestha has 1 for 4 as well. And there's been a couple of run-outs into the piece as well that has led to this level of drama that we have here. 25 to win. 6 overs, but just 2 wickets in hand. Which way is this going, Paresh?
Either way, I must say. Manjit Shrestha continuing.
Yeah, hugely experienced. He's going to need to draw on all of that here, defending this total. Oh, a swing and a miss outside the off stump.
Manjit has 7 fielders. No, 6 fielders inside the circle. That's good to see. He's keeping the batsman under pressure.
Yeah, that is the way to go here. Try and cramp them as much as possible. Oh, hauled away on the onside. That's a good shot and good bit of fielding just down below us.
Karan Case is the fielder there. Keeps it body behind the ball. Stops the ball. Well done by Karan.
Yeah, get through for a single. That'll bring Manandai. Sharvin Mandai is the man on strike now. Oh, a big swing and a miss outside the off stump. I'm not sure that's the percentage option, but that's what happens when you've got the field in and the opportunity to play a couple of shots. Good captaincy this, Paresh.
Yes, exactly. Very good captaincy. 6 fielders inside the circle. They are just stopping the boundaries. Let's look at the replay again. The last ball. Again beaten outside off stump.
We have gone upstairs though. We are waiting for a decision. So that's what's happening here. The umpires are involved. So there is a line decision to have a little look at. That's what we're doing here. Well, that really would be a bonus. We'll have a little look. So the no ball isn't a problem. Has he dragged his foot? No, no problem there. Firmly back behind the line. Umpires don't really take a chance these days, but he's never really moved from behind the line, so that'll be quickly dealt with. And I think we'll be back on with this. I have to say, it's always a tight one. They say when there's around about 20 and you've got 2 wickets in hand in a low-scoring game, the money has to be on the bowling side, you feel, but Manande, I have to say, has batted pretty well here. Looks quite competent, but my gosh, they're going to have to draw on his experience to try and get home here. Driven into the offside, but only as far as backward point, and this is good, isn't it? Again, lots of pressure, lots of men inside the circle. Real game of cat and mouse here. There are options if you fancy going up and over. That's the big play, certainly on the offside. Mistimed again into the offside. 24 off 32. Still very doable, but you've got a feeling that's going to get closer and closer. The runs required off the balls remaining as these dots continue, Paresh.
Yes, Manjit doing a very good job here. Again, played straight to short extra. No run.
I think that's a percentage option, to be perfectly honest. You don't have to be going, 5 and over will get them home. They're going at 5 and over. They need to go at 5 and over. And after 15, Malaysia 11 are 76 for 8. 24 required off 30. So, Gulshan Jar is the man who's coming into the attack. Gosh, he nearly got the Nepal Police Club off to a fantastic start in that first game, which seems light years away. Right arm over up from the market end. 76 for 8 is where we stand in this game. So another 24 required, but just 2 wickets. That's the main problem. 15 overs gone, 5 remaining. Very tight indeed. We just look at the men out. We've got the men square on either side, Paresh. A little bit more protection for Gulshan Jar.
Yeah, Gulshan Jar coming to bowl his first over in the 16th over of the innings. This is the turning point, I must say now.
Well, yeah, it's going to take quite a few bits of cricket, you feel, for the Malaysia 11 to get home, whereas it's going to take 2 pieces of good cricket for the Nepal Police Club to get home. That's why I have to say I fancy the bowling side in this position. Too much jeopardy on this Malaysia 11. 2 mistakes, and it's thank you very much and good night. But they need to get as close as they possibly can. Driven into the outfield, and that's gone up and over. Not sure they'll go for a boundary, but they'll come back for a couple. No more than the chip. They'll get back for 3, or will they? They do. A dive in the end. More dry cleaning required. And another 3 in the books. More drama here.
Yeah, that was very good running. Wickets. A good shot. Just checked it up. Over. Infield. Couldn't stop the third. Itching very slowly like a tortoise toward the target.
Like a tortoise to a target. Like a moth to a flame, potentially. 20 off 28 is what we're looking at here. I don't think time will become a problem. Wickets is. Oh, chipped away on the onside, and it's gone! Oh dear. More drama as he chips to mid-wicket. And it's Karen KC with a catch. More trouble. Well, the Malaysian 11 are 80 now for 9.
Well, yet another twist in the tail here. A very soft dismissal. He wants to get the other guy out as well. Now Malaysia will rethink about what I was talking about. The 33 runs partnership, last wicket partnership that they gave it to Nepal Police. That's going to haunt them if they lose the match.
Well, I have to say, when 9 wickets fell, I could not envisage, in the first innings, I could not envisage that we'd still be here at this stage of the game. And that Nepal Police Club would be anywhere near trying to get a victory, but wow, they're just 1 wicket away. And the final man strides out the crease. It's Mohammed Wafiq at number 11. Boys, he got a job to do. And the main thing, Sharvin Manad striker's end, because he's batted very nicely.
Gulshan Shah.
Nice solid looking shot. The batting partner won't mind that. Will we see another last wicket partnership like we saw in the first innings, Paresh? Is this game going to be decided? Well, one way or another, it's been decided on the 10th wicket, isn't it?
Yeah.
Extraordinary stuff. Good crowd building up as well. A number in the grandstand here.
These two guys need only 20-run partnership now. The last wicket partnership.
Driven away on the onside. Nice bit of fielding, or enough anyway. Another dot.
Come this way.
Nicely flicked, but almost to the hands of mid-on. Prem Tamang, the fielder there. Done a good job, puts his body behind the ball.
Another game of high drama. Have the Malaysia 11 thrown away. What was almost a guaranteed win. Oh, driven away on the offside. Another good bit of work at backward point. Lovely bit of batting though. They will get overthrows, will they? They'll get 4 overthrows. Oh dear. They don't need that at this stage.
Shankar Rana, he didn't have to throw the ball there. He just fielded so well. It's all pressure.
Now Pawan Saraf has just thrown his toys out the pram. He is absolutely furious with this. It's a nice looking shot. It's a good bit of fielding, but this was just, well, silly at this stage. No need. He was always home. Nobody backing up the stumps as well. And it's not a great bit of work. Not a great bit of work by Shrestha either backing up, but I don't think you can really blame him. It's not the greatest of throws.
The batsman was already in the crease. Why did he have to throw like a bullet?
So 16 now required. 84 for 9. Well, the drama just intensifies. 16 gone now.
See, the batsman is already in the crease. It's all happening here in the Fantasy Akara Pro Club Championship 2022.
Paresh, does high drama just follow you around wherever you go? I'm sure that's the case. Here is Shrestha. That's played very nicely off the back foot. Through the offside, that's another boundary. That's a lovely shot. Waited for that, did Shavin Manandai. Really nice bit of batting. Wow, what drama.
Yes, look at the shot. Beautifully done in the gap. And extra cover for 4 runs, Muniandi. Like we said earlier, will the Malaysian team get the 20 runs last wicket partnership and go through this match?
Just nursing it back with a square. They'll get through for a comfortable single. Trusting his number 11. Not sure I would do that in this position, because you really feel that Manindi, if they're going to get home, he's going to have to do the bulk of the batting. 11 required off 22 balls. That's the equation we have here. 89 for 9. Could go either way. Still, probably my money would be on the bowling side, just because they've just got one error. The jeopardy is very heavily levelled in the Malaysian 11 direction. Oh, nearly plays on, and that would have been it. But he doesn't. He survives. Oh, dear. Oh, another moment. Every ball an event now.
Inside edge over the stumps. Bounced and went over the stumps, is it?
Wow. Look at that. How far has that missed? Oh, dear. Oh, huge shot. What a shot that is. Wow, from the number 11. Fantastic.
Beautifully caught. I think it's the same.
And it's caught by one of the volunteers as well.
One.
What a shot. Terrific stuff. Well, that equation is now just 5. What a pickup this is.
And that's the 50th 6 of this tournament. Comfortably taken by the groundsman. I think that's the same groundsman who taken the earlier catch.
Oh, he's pushed it in the offside on the leg side. Oh, could so easily have gone to hand again. But the main thing is they get a single, and also that brings Manandai back onto strike, who's batted really nicely. What an over this has been. 12 coming from it. Still 4 more required. Does he go for the gamble? Does he push the button and look for the one big shot to finish? Must be a temptation. Oh, he nurdles it round the corner. Has he beaten the man? This might well be it. Oh, I think it is. Oh, what a win. What a fantastic win for the Malaysia 11. They get home by 1 wicket. What extraordinary drama. They looked absolutely dead and buried, but this has been the story of 2 10th wicket partnerships. First by the Nepal Police Club, and now by the Malaysia 11. And well, hats off to Shavin Manandai. That was a terrific effort to guide his team home, Paresh.
Yes, exactly. That is what we were talking about. The Nepal Police, the 10th wicket partnership, the last wicket partnership yielded 33 runs. And they were all out for 99. And while chasing Malaysian last wicket partnership, 20 runs, and they won the match. What an interesting match.
Well, what an enthralling game. I mean, who'd have thought? We've only seen 200 runs across 40 overs. It's the kind of thing that you'd normally think would put most cats to sleep, but it's been nothing but that. And here is the winning runs again. It's a lovely bit of timing. It's a proper cricket shot. Just manoeuvring into the gap behind square on the leg side.
Yeah, beautiful. He clipped it off his legs to the vacant area on the long leg region. An exciting game coming to a nail-biting finish.
Yeah, Karen KC there, just the expression on his face. He walks off. He knows that was an opportunity. They had it kind of in the bag, didn't they? They still needed 40 required with 2 wickets just in hand. This game went one way and then another. Absolutely fascinating. All the players are shaking hands, and the umpires as well. Great stuff. And all the umpires.
Well, both the teams shaking hands there. Nepal police very disappointed. They were there till the end. But congratulations to the Malaysian team.
Yeah, brilliant effort. Absolutely brilliant effort. It's been a terrific game. A terrific game of cricket. Hats off to Malaysia, the Malaysian 11, because they stuck to their guns. Well, they needed a win today, and they've got a win, and it came in the most dramatic of circumstances. And just, yeah, the Malaysian 11 just having a bit of a chat out there on the outfield, probably just digesting what's happened. Here are the wickets. And, well, there's the first to fall. Been a bit of a mixed bag, yeah. Virendeep Singh was the next to go. Be disappointed with that after the way in which he's batted in this tournament. And this is the run out. Very lazy bit of running indeed. It really is. Ahmad Faiz to go on that occasion. Terrible bit of cricket.
You should never plunk the bat inside the crease. You should drag it way before the crease. It's basics. Why aren't they learning it? They're the national side, Malaysian national side.
Yeah, that's the one we got stuck on the crease. That was Pawan Saraf, who bowled so well. Big shout for LBW, that's his second. 9 wickets in the tournament he has so far, and I think there'll be another shout here. Yes, that's out as well. On you go. Cheerio, thanks for coming. It's 1 for 26 for Karen KC. Bowled okay. 3 for 19 from Pawan Saraf, who's absolutely superb. Another over of him and we would have been done and dusted. Sagar Darkle, 1 for 10. 1 for 21 for Manjit Shrestha. And none for 11 of Prem Tamang. Here come the batting highlights. Oh, that was almost a moment that went to hand. Those kind of chances, there's a couple of those, Paresh, weren't there? Through the course of the game. Quite a few boundaries, regardless of this being a bit of a low scorer. Little tickle down through third man.
The batting highlight should be the 20 runs scored by the 2 batsmen for the last wicket.
Yeah, exactly. The 2 10th wicket partnerships are what have shaped this game today. No question about that. Swung away on the leg side for another boundary. It was a cracking game of cricket. You won't often see that with 100 plays 100, will you, Paresh?
Not at all.
I'm not sure you'd use this. Actually, you probably could use this as a template to sell the game into to Martians. Another boundary up and over.
One team gets out for 99, the other team
just gets 100.
Gets 100.
Oh, that was sloppy, wasn't it? That was a critical overthrow, wasn't it? And then that was a lovely shot by Anandai, who batted beautifully. Big pick-up 6 that's gone absolutely miles. Nice catch in the crowd, actually, by one of the ground staff. And then that lovely, delightful flick off his toes for the winning runs. What a stylish way to finish. And that's the batting card. Nazrul 27 off 28. Aziz 13 off 14. And then it's Muniandi 18 off 19 at the end. Critical not out. And then 11 off 6 by Irfan, who batted beautifully. And of that 11 was one massive strike as well. Terrific stuff. So the match ceremony, and Nepal Police Club posted 99 all out off 19.4 overs. And Malaysia 11 got 100 for 9. And now it's time for the post-match presentations. And we'll join Andrew Leonard downstairs.
Welcome to the post-match presentation for game number 10, and what a game we have witnessed. Extraordinary stuff. Went all the way right to the death, and it took two 10th wicket partnerships to get the game done. Malaysia winning by just one wicket. Extraordinary stuff. So, before we get going, we'd like to say a big thanks to all our sponsors and our partners. Firstly, the title sponsor, Fancy Attica, and then the co-sponsor, Dafa News, the payment partner, AVR Pay, the internet partner, Vianet, airlines partner, Yeti Airlines, the broadcast partners, AP1HD and VU Sports, and all of the crew who are working so hard in this hot sun in Baroa, and of course the Cricket Association of Rupahende for hosting this fantastic inaugural event. So we're going to hear from both captains and find out who the player of the match is. I'd like to speak first to the losing captain, that's Manjit Trestra of the Nepal Police. Manjit, what a game of cricket.
एकदम राम्रो गेम भयो.
Talk me through it. Did you feel you could win the match?
एक उसमा लास्ट विकेट लिएर जितिन्छ जस्तो फिल भएको थियो. तर क्रिकेट हो, एनीथिङ ह्यापन.
You had a brilliant start with the bat. Pawan Saraf made 25 of 14 deliveries, but then you lost wickets regularly. At one point you lost 6 wickets for 9 runs.
एकदम नराम्रो ब्याटिङ गर्यौँ हामीले. स्टार्ट राम्रो पाएर पनि हामीले मिडल अर्डर कोल्याप्स भयो हाम्रो, हैन. राम्रो ब्याट्सम्यान हुँदाखेरि पनि खेल्न सकेन.
You're unfortunately knocked out of the tournament. Have you at least enjoyed it, and there's been some good performances from some of your players?
राम्रै भयो हैन. टुर्नामेन्ट राम्रै थियो. अब केटाहरूले त्यही अनुसारले सिके. टुर्नामेन्ट जति क्रिकेट खेल्यो त्यति सिकिन्छ भन्छ, त्यही तरिकाले सिक्दै अगाडि बढिन्छ.
Thank you for your efforts and your team's efforts. We'll see you in the future.
Thank you.
It's Manjit Trestra, understandably very disappointed his team have been knocked out of the tournament with today's defeat. I'll speak to Ahmed Faiz, who I suspect is going to be a very relieved Malaysian captain. Ahmed, that game of cricket was simply insane. What happened?
We couldn't finish convincingly due to the wicket, and they bowled well, which is actually, and we just give away our wickets in between, so we do collapse early on, and we got fortunate that Wafiq came on and he just hit 6. Everyone surprised and everyone happy.
You bowled beautifully though in the middle, particularly Sharvin Muniandi and Syed Aziz. But after that, things just seemed to go wrong. A 33-run final wicket partnership, and 99 ended up being a pretty difficult chase.
Yeah, pretty difficult to thinking about the wicket. Yesterday was spin track. Today was very good for fast bowler. So I used them early on, but unfortunately too early. Finished the over, and then at the end used the spinners and just gave away 30 odd runs.
Okay, you're not through to the semi-finals yet. It's going to come down to net run rate possibly, depending upon tomorrow's result. You're in a good position, but you'll be watching on keenly on AP1HD.
Yeah, of course. I just wanted to have a good tourney. Hopefully that tomorrow is the news will be good for us.
Okay, best of luck watching on, and well done today.
Thank you.
That's Ahmed Faiz, the captain of Malaysia. So I'd like to call upon my presenter for the player of the match. That's Mr. Raj Kumar Gurung. He's an international EHV trainer in that charity organisation. Thanks so much for joining us, Mr. Gurung, and thanks for all your magnificent work you do with the charity. Just so you can come in next to me.
several contenders in a low-scoring thriller, and we're going to go in reverse order as always. So we'll go in 3-2-1. In third place, Pounds Raf, 25 runs and 3 for 19 with the ball. In second place, Syed Aziz, very unlucky not to win with a magnificent 5-wicket haul, but the player of the match, he took 3 for 5. He hit 18 not out and hit the winning runs. It's Sharvin Muniandi of Malaysia. So Sharvin's going to pose for a few ceremonial photos alongside Mr. Gurung, the presenter. Stay with me, Sharvin. Don't go anywhere. Thank you, Mr. Gurung. Sharvin, a quite extraordinary game of cricket. I suspect you thought you might not need to bat today.
Yeah, we have a plan, like we send like left-arm batsmen for the left-arm spinners, and the wicket was quite difficult. So when I went in, I was just thinking to look for singles, no, don't hit. So end of the day, we managed to score runs.
You seem to bowl really well in tandem with Syed Aziz. Is that something you enjoy?
Yeah, really enjoyed because the wicket was really helping for spinners. I thought fast bowlers couldn't bowl in this wicket, and today we managed to take wickets. Both the fast bowlers took 9 wickets.
And then at the end, it was left to you and Mohammad Wafiq to just drag the Malaysia 11 over the line. Did you always think you could do it, even when your number 11 came to the crease?
Yeah, I believe in himself. Like I told him that you can do it. He said, "Yeah, I'll go for it."
Finally, that feeling of hitting the winning runs must have been brilliant.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, congratulations, player of the match today. That's Sharvin Muniandi. A fantastic performance. That's going to wrap it up from down here. A game for anyone who watched it, we're not going to be able to forget. Back up to the commentators.
Thanks, Andrew. Yes, the post-match presentations of what was an extraordinary game. And now looking at the points table, well, it's very tight in Group A. The CR11, having played 2-1-2, are up at the top with 4 points. Then Malaysia 11 are second, but they of course have played their 3 games. They're on 4 points. Push Sports Delhi are on